on this one here tonight. You got your depth tested right away here on opening night, didn't you?
Corey, that's the thing, especially young guys. They probably think winning college baseball games is easy. It's really hard. And I knew that'd be well coached. Their pitchers just gave us fits all night. I thought we were a little anxious offensively, but really happy we won. I'm not going to be mad with a win. We'll take that win and run with it.
Cliff, pitching out of the jam that you were in the ninth inning, Colmore coming in, that was the not only key to the game, but that was the turning point of the game as well.
Yeah, definitely not an easy situation for Cam, but the guy's a 6-year senior. He's been in the fire, so happy. And if we have an opportunity to lose a game, I can put my head down at night because that guy's out there. I just thought Saylor kind of had lost it a little bit as, when we brought Mayhew in after Bridgie. I thought the same thing. And that's the thing is coaches, when you know your guys, I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than anybody else, but talking with the coaches, you can kind of see just something's a little bit off. And I felt like Cam would come in there and at least make the guy hit the baseball, which he did. And then Ryder and Norby turned a great double play.
You have stressed to all of these guys, you just never know when you're going to be called upon to come up in a moment where we need you. You expect Christian Smallwood to do a lot for you this season, but you called on him in the bottom of the 10th inning when this team needed something. And for the second time in his career, he delivered a walk-off hit for you.
Yeah, Corey, I just was joking with Smalls. Smalls has got more walk-off hits in his career than I had in my career. I never had one. So the smart thing is to put that guy up there when the game's on the line. But, Smalls is an extreme team player, a guy that has been in our program going on his third year, has been hampered by some injuries. He's going to go to med school one day. I couldn't be happier for anybody to be put in that situation and to be successful. Just super happy for him.
Well, Coach, congratulations on this one. We waited a long time for this day. You were very thrilled to finally get to this day, and it's even better now that you're starting off 1-0. Congratulations.
Only fitting, Corey, that we go into extra innings after we've had a year off, So, hey, let's make sure.
Why not?
Yeah, let's make sure Coach Godwin's blood pressure goes to the roof early on. So, but I actually was pretty calm because I know what our guys have put in to be successful. So those guys do the right things 99% of the time. So glad we won. Appreciate you guys.
We'll be with you tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. All right, Coach?
See you.
Okay, guys, we'll open up the questions for Coach Godwin.
Coach, just the kind of thing East Carolina does. You kind of had the sense that you guys were going to come through there at the end, and once again, you just did. How do you feel after all this?
Relaxed, happy. Glad we got one college baseball game in this season. I was telling a couple people, Corey, Jeff Palumbo, and Austin Knight and I were talking in the locker room. It just felt weird all day because we've been off from playing baseball for so long, and to have game day, it felt like almost the first game we coached here back in 2015 against UVA. Just, we know our team, but not really. I mean, we don't know them against another team, and just happy that the guys went out there and put it on the line, and we were able to get a win.
Going back to that Colmore, the double play, I mean, I'm sure in their mind the hitter's trying to get something up, a sac fly. For him to induce a ground ball in that count, especially 3-1, I mean, how just clutch was that of executing a pitch?
He executed two pitches. He got 2-0 to 2-1, and then he threw a ball and then threw another strike. And like I said, if we were going to lose the game right there, Cam Colmore deserves to be in that situation, and that's why we brought him in. We knew he would throw strikes. Felt very confident. Cam's a strike thrower, and he was able to get the guy to beat the ball on the ground. Then Ryder and Norby did the rest.
Coach, not a huge night, obviously offensively, but, Lane was a spark plug, and also Bryson laying down that bunt. Everybody thinks of him as a power hitter. Him laying down that bunt without issue. How big was that?
Yeah, I'm an idiot hitting, Hoover in the 9-hole, right? But Hoove is, he actually was struggling a little bit offensively in the past, probably 2 or 3 scrimmages. He's kind of looked like himself, and Hoover at times, because he cares so much, just puts a lot of pressure on himself. And but he was vintage Hoove tonight, and then Bryson has worked on that for 4 years with Coach Palumbo getting that bunt down. So that doesn't surprise me that he got the bunt down. We practiced it as much as any team in the country, and Bryson executed. And, I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people probably won't see that as being a huge thing, but that was getting hooved to third with one out, and then Smallwood did the rest.
Does Joey Perry get any love for the friendly hop?
The guy was playing in. The guy was playing extremely in there, which they played in a lot. The third baseman played in a lot, and their outfielders played, at least the left fielder, pretty shallow. So I think it would have got over his head no matter what, as long as he'd have been playing where he was. Joey Perry gets a lot of credit for getting the field ready. A lot of people didn't think we could get the game in today, but we actually got a new tarp because our other one was leaking on Thursday about 2:00. So the timing was perfect, because I don't know if we'd have been able to play if we'd have had the old tarp.
We've been in the press box, obviously. It's pretty warm, but can you give us a sense of what that was like? Obviously, it's still kind of damp and cold. Just obviously a pitcher's night, I assume, out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the scoreboard said. I didn't think it was that bad. Now I'm wrapped up pretty good. So you have to ask Smalls that question. I never got cold really as a play. If you're playing now, coming off the bench like Smalls did, he had to do a good job of staying warm and in our rock room hitting some balls off the tee and stuff. But I wasn't cold. The last Friday when we scrimmaged, when it was misting rain, that was, in my opinion, colder than it was tonight. But I'll let Smalls answer that question for you.
Well, Christian, just walk us through the at-bat coming off the bench cold, and you got down in the count pretty quickly, but were able to put the ball in play, and kind of walk us through that at-bat.
Yeah, I was just trying to get up there and put the ball in play. I know the infield was in, the outfield was pretty shallow too, so I was trying to be pretty aggressive, give us a chance to win. And then I went down 0-2, and I knew that I just had to compete up there, and able to get one bounce over his head, so worked out for us.
Can you talk about what it does for you guys? It sets the table a little bit for the weekend, maybe takes a little pressure off of you on Saturday, having at least one win under your belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of momentum going into tomorrow. You never want to play from behind in a series, so that's definitely going to give us some confidence going into tomorrow, even though we definitely didn't play our best game, and we've got more to show than that. So,
Christian, after not playing for a year, just to have that celebration with your teammates, what was that feeling like, just to win in that fashion, first game of the season?
No, I mean, it was awesome. That's definitely not the way we draw it up, but it's cool. I mean, like Coach said, we've been split up all year. We haven't been on the same team in forever, so it's pretty fun when we're all, cheering for each other. Different kind of competition, but everything we go through, and it's been so long since we played, that it was pretty awesome to be able to share that moment with those guys. So,
what's it like? Go ahead, Joy.
Thank you. There was a group of fans across the street from the stadium said they wanted to be out there embracing the elements just like you guys when they could have been just at home watching. So what does it mean to have just such a dedicated, loyal fan base at ECU?
I mean, the support here is like nothing I've ever seen, and that's one of the things that drew me to East Carolina is just the support from the community, the fans, and to endure that weather out there just because they can't physically be at the game. I mean, that's pretty awesome. It's special to us, and I think it's something that we got to make sure we don't take for granted because it's not like that at a lot of places.
You were in the dugout when Colmore was able to get out of the jam in the top of the ninth. Just what was it like to be a part of that? Because I imagine it was pretty tense, and then all of a sudden you guys can breathe a little bit after that double play.
Yeah, no, that was huge. When he got that double play, I think the sense in the dugout was we're definitely going to win this game. Like I knew when we had the double play, I was like, we were going to win this game for sure. And I think a lot of guys saw the same thing.